But Sumit, I want to I'll put you in the hot seat first as we figure this out. What are you watching in the CMC space, right? Let's start there. What have been some of the biggest advancements or discoveries that have been made around the structure and function of LNPs to date that you think are kind of making this a known, right? What do we know today? How far are we?
Sure. Hopefully you can hear me fine.
We can. You're good.
And before I start, I want to say I'm very happy to join you all, Ben and Kate and you, Anna, on this unusually warm fall day here in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So to get back to your question, essentially, right, in the CMC space, the pace of learning is amazing. A lot of new stuff is coming out, and obviously there's a lot of learnings that are not out there yet, right? I'm sure there are, people are holding on to some information as well.
Yeah.
Some examples that I think are good in context of your question. First is, we're learning about the importance of process in general.
Yeah.
It's almost in some cases as important as composition, right? And when I say process, what I mean is not just the unit operations, but also the conditions, the recipes of the buffers, you use. So as an example, right? Of course, there's a lot of attention. Mixing is one of the first steps. You got to bring the aqueous and organic phase together to form the lipid nanoparticles, right? So a lot of attention paid to mixing, microfluidics versus macrofluidics, etc. All that is good. Mixing is really important. I look at it as a prerequisite. It's not the only factor. You got to really pay attention to the microenvironment in terms of the pH, the ionic strength, to really get the LNPs of your desirable properties throughout the process. And that goes for mixing, purification, and anything that follows after that, basically, right? And then as a second example, I would say, I think we are all learning more about the heterogeneity of the lipid nanoparticles, right? It's there, there's some debate and how, what's the fraction of empty LNPs, exactly how many mRNA per lipid nanoparticle, depending on the size, et cetera, right? So that heterogeneity is known, right? We use a lot of ensemble methods, DLS, et cetera, right? Which are good as routine analytics, but they really don't help you understand the heterogeneity and the impact. So I think that is an area where there's a lot of known knowns now, but it's also evolving. We need better methods, more single particle methods to really get to learn about LNPs deeply.